What's up, guys? We here. We're here to talk about Angel Reese. For starters, Angel Reese, Georgia Amoore, um, South Carolina and Iowa, focusing, locking in, and am I going to be a fan of the Aces continuously as I have been? Am I going to continue to ride the Aces and Asia train, Kelsey and them, or am I going to go to the Fever? No, I told you guys I would tell you at a later date if I was going to stay with both teams. I mean, if I was going to stay an Aces fan and also become a Fever fan, and I am, I still am, but we're gonna kind of kick the tires just a little bit, just a teeny bit. We're gonna kick the tires just a little bit on my loyalty to the Aces, and obviously with one of my favorites coming in, Caitlin Clark going to the Fever. But we're gonna start with Angel Reese. Angel Reese declares for the WNBA draft. I was kind of split. I wasn't sure what she would do. I wasn't sure if she would come back to LSU after getting eliminated, after everything that she's been through this year. I wasn't really certain what she would do. I was thinking maybe she would enter the portal, but that would kind of be like regression. You've already ascended to winning a title, even though you didn't get it done this year. Her game could use a lot of work, but she definitely has the heart, the hustle, the determination, the pogo stick ability to relentlessly chase and go after rebounds. She's got a pretty good inside game. She's efficient with layups. To me, I don't mean any shade here, but I'm just gonna call it like I see it right now. She's kind of like a poor women's version of Asia, just a little bit. I mean, it's a tough thing to try to compare, but she's at a lower stage of being like an Asia Wilson. She doesn't have a jump shot like Asia Wilson. She's not able to get as creative as Asia Wilson is with the rock, but there's small similarities. And yeah, I seen the message. I'm glad you retracted it. But, am I happy that she's declaring? I'm very happy. I'm happy for her. I don't think there's anything left for her to do at the college level. And I think she expressed that herself. If I'm correct, she said that she's done all that she could do. It's time to move on. It's time to see what LSU was made of without her. It's time to turn over the keys to Flau'jae Johnson. Flau'jae Johnson is supremely talented, and let's see just how far Flau'jae can go. I think Angel has done everything she could, but there's definitely a lot of work needed for her. Her jump shot is, I'm going to say, busted, and that's a nice word. Her jump shot is not good at all. Um, if I was teams, I would force her to shoot it. I really would. And when she's dealing with length and physicality and she can't just get into the paint, she's going to have a lot to learn. So I'm hoping she gets drafted somewhere where she's around post players that she can compete with, that can help her learn the ropes all at the same time. I don't know where the best landing spot for her to be, but if she does go to a place like Chicago, the Sky, that is Chicago Sky, I feel like she's going to play more for a team that's not in a run for competing for a playoff spot. You see what I'm saying? So I think it all just depends. And I think that with Caitlin Clark being the first one to kind of jump off the bus and say, I'm ready to go, she's kind of leading others. And, Angel Reese is synonymous with Caitlin Clark, essentially two different kind of players. But I don't know. You guys will let me know what you think, or maybe not. But I do know that I feel like it was the right decision for Angel Reese to go ahead and remove any doubt and just let, all the doubt go, to go ahead and move forward. Let's, I don't know. This thing takes forever to load up sometimes. Angel Reese remove any doubt regarding her status for next season. I was wondering if there's, oh, here it goes. It says right here. I've done everything I wanted to in college, which sounds about right. Reese said when sharing her plans to enter the WNBA draft with Vogue. She's 6'3", so that's pretty tall for WNBA player. And also she averaged 23 points, 15 points a game. Most outstanding. Oh, this must be dead. That was the prior season. Because I was gonna say I don't think she averaged that much this season. But yo, salute to Angel Reese. Um, I give her a lot of credit for, saying I've done everything that I could possibly do in college. I'm ready for the next challenge. And I think Caitlin was the one that just kind of helped these players along. Say, you know what? There's another level. I can challenge myself more. Obviously she's gonna have to do things in terms of her demeanor, in terms of her attitude, fix that. I agree. Let's see what you if you're saying the same thing I'm saying, Michaela. A lot more work she needs on her game, but can fix that during her years in the WNBA. Yeah, I don't have any qualms with Angel Reese. She plays the game with a chip on her shoulder. The best players do that. In terms of her demeanor, her attitude, her personality, she's unapologetic about who she is. Um, she's just gonna have to mature as the years go. She's gonna see that it's more of a business now, because these people are, they literally playing for their livelihoods. Just try to get in where she can fit in. Um, I don't know what kind of playing time she gonna get. It just depends on where she goes. It just really depends on where she goes. It truly does. I hope she is able to, if nothing else, at least get like 20 minutes a night. Because I don't think she's gonna get cut. That ain't gonna happen. Not with an Angel Reese. But it just depends on how much time she's able to get on the floor. I was wondering if they talked about Angel Reese this season. We know about what happened early in the season, how she missed games. I think it was just time for her to get up out of there. Um, and we'll see what LSU looks like next season. They'll still have Michaela Williams. She's nice. She'll be a sophomore. Anissa Morrow. I think she got I think Anissa Morrow got 2 more years, but I could be wrong. Um, and again, Flo J. Johnson will have the ability to lead and just kind of do her thing. But in terms of posts, I think Angel will be okay. Her offensive rebounding abilities are out of this world. Let's see this. I just seen something that just jumped out at me. What they say there? I'm looking at the second paragraph. Reese should have a high floor in the WNBA. Elite rebounding. I was just getting at that. Ability to score inside. Right. The lack of evolution to her game made it tougher to argue she's a foundational cornerstone, top 4 pick. Would you guys draft her in the top 5? I think that Angel Reese, I wouldn't draft her right behind Caitlin Clark, but I feel that a safe place to pick Angel will probably be that 3 to 8 spot. She's not gonna last to the second round. What's good, Nolan? Not people, like 2 people said that Angel Reese would be a second rounder. I think they're smoking Angel does because she's not going to last to the second round. Seriously, Angel Reese is a sweet spot to pick her would be that 3 to 8 range. And obviously, depending on how the Sky or the Sparks value Cardoso, that depends on if Reese is going to come off that board at 3. Because I think Cam Brink, and I wouldn't draft Cam Brink. I wasn't going to talk about Cam Brink at all, but sometimes names just come up. What's going on? Michael Johnson? What's going on? What's going on, Michaela Nolan? Yeah, I wouldn't draft. I mean, Cam Brink at 2. I don't know. I like Cam Brink a lot more, but I liked her more in the past. I didn't finish my sentence. I like Cam Brink more in the past. In this season, I don't know. I don't know if I like Cam. I like Cam Brink more when she had Haley Jones. And I don't think Atlanta's front court is crowded. So Brink doesn't have she's definitely not gonna last to Atlanta. You say Brink had a crazy season. Like crazy good or like crazy bad? Because like I know that Cam Brink's a player, but I don't her future In the WNBA, I'm skeptical, and it doesn't mean she's not gonna, skeptical. I don't know if she's gonna have a great season. I think she's gonna have a great career. I don't think her rookie season is gonna be what people potentially have it all cracked up to be. We'll see. We'll definitely see. Yes, check the stats. She had a multiple 20 point rebound games, expanded her game to the 3-point line. I knew she was capable of stepping out and taking perimeter shots and 3-point shots, because there's another YouTuber that was saying, I think it was at the start of the last season, check out the fact that she can actually do more things than we think. And I really started to like watch her game. So she can even handle the rock, and she can shoot the rock. You think maybe she'll have it easier at the WNBA level? I think one of my biggest issues, and I don't like to nitpick, but she fouled out with like over 9 minutes left in a final game. And what I think it is, Michael, is I feel like I wonder truly if she loved this game of hoops like Caitlin do, you know, like Paige does. Because, the foul out with over 9 minutes, that just truly hurts your team. So her IQ, she's going to have to and it wasn't just that one game. It was multiple games. I don't want to sound like I'm nitpicking again. I definitely like Brent, but we talking about in terms of prospects. I feel like she's better than Cardoso. I don't know exactly what Cardoso is going to turn into. I don't think nobody does. I think that's the mystery. Like, Cardoso can be great, or she could just be mid. We're going to have to find out. But Brink is definitely, a talent. Yeah, top 2 to 5. But I see Rakia Jackson. Um, I would have Rakia a little bit ahead of her. We always gonna come up with a different answer, because it's like, what do these teams truly need? LA, they might want to keep her Brink being a Stanford product. They might want to keep her, close to LA. LA is kind of in somewhat of a rebuilding situation. It might be the best place for her to land. And Rakia might be able to go over to Chicago, get drafted number 3. We shall see. And if these things do transpire, it's gonna probably push Angel Reese, like I said, getting drafted anywhere between 3 to 8. Realistically, the sky could take Angel Reese at number 8, but would she last? Would you guys draft her? Would you draft her, Michael? It's a great question, I think. Nolan has said yes, the whole supporting cast in pro ball will help Angel Reese reach the next level. And I also think it depends on who. I mean, it depends on which organization takes Angel Reese. Like, will they have, the patience to work with her? And more than that, will Angel Reese have the right mental approach and attitude? Because nobody's going to baby you at this level. And if you missing games at the professional level without a valid reason, yeah, I don't think that's going to end too well. This league, it doesn't play. It's probably the hardest league to try to make with limited roster spots. You got to come in focused and locked in. So she can't, all of the hoopla, she's going to have to put that in her dresser drawer. I was told that one time, the first job I ever worked, one of the managers told me, he said, look, when you come to work, leave your problems in the top drawer at your house. So Angel Reese, when she stepped in to whatever organization drafts her, they expect a level of professionalism, work ethic, and the likes. So that when she does get drafted, certain things, they're not gonna say don't be yourself. But she's gonna have to be, a more mature player, and I have nothing against her. I'm not. This is not an Angel Reese beatdown. I got a lot of respect for the lady, but if this thing's going on, discuss them in house. But if it's baggage related, certain things you got to leave them in your dresser drawer, because it's a job. It's to be taken as a job. Seriously. Let's see. Michael said, I like to see Angel go at number 4 to LA, team up with Brink. Not a playoff team this year, solid foundation. Yeah, they got players, 2 players I like, and I like Zaya. No, actually I like 3. I think Lexi Brown, Zaya Cook, and De'Erica Hamby, because I am an Aces fan. Um, yeah, it's not a playoff team, right? And then you said, by the way, Brink just won Naismith, the defensive player of the year. Wow. I guess that's to be expected. CC, oh yeah, she got player of the year, of course. Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Now, let's talk a little bit about Georgia Amoore. Now Georgia Amoore, that's really interesting. I thought she was going. What am I doing? I thought she was going to throw her name in the draft hat, right? Didn't you guys think Georgia Amoore was going to go to the now I can't spell. Didn't you guys think Georgia Amoore was going to go to the WNBA? I mean, how many mock drafts was Georgia Amoore on? Right? I mean, countless. It's like I know that J.C. Sheldon I think was a 5th year, so she kind of had to go. I didn't see J.C. Sheldon declare. If you guys knew that, if you know about J.C. Sheldon declaring for the WNBA draft, let me know. We all assume that she will, but I was just thinking Georgia was gonna go to. I was thinking she was gonna go to WNBA. Let's see what Michael said. Georgia's I think he said my favorite player, but I think she should have declared and struck while the iron is hot. Definitely talented, limitless range, can handle the rock. I don't know why she didn't leave. I thought she was a 5th-year senior, similar to her teammate Elizabeth Gitley. This was a shocker. And then I was more shocked when somebody told me the other night she entered the transfer portal. And I'm thinking, is she going to go after with her coach Kenny Brooks over to Kentucky? You guys know that if you obviously but I'm going to say it anyway. Coach Kenny Brooks is the newly minted coach over at Kentucky. It'll be really interesting to see how he does over there. It's going to be a true rebuild unless he's able to get into the portal. I mean, Kenny Brooks, best of luck to you. I don't know what he was thinking. I feel like if he doesn't get any portal players to truly help him, he's gonna be knocking Jenga games over. He's gonna be so upset. He's probably gonna have a Jenga game set up in his office, and he's probably just gonna knock it the hell over because he's probably just gonna be frustrated this first season, unless he has portal players coming over like Georgia Amoore and others, because I mean, Virginia Tech, you were building something very, very nice there. And it's probably over now. I don't think Virginia Tech's going to be great next season. And I don't see Kentucky being good unless it's something I don't know. But about Georgia Amoore again, is she truly going to Kentucky? Is she thinking about anyone else? Any other schools? I'm wondering if she has a no contact, Haley Van Lith had a no contact last year when she entered the portal, which I think Haley Van Lith shows why you should not put down no contact. Keep your options open. Haley didn't give anybody a chance to try to, she do got a no contact. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. I would never no contact put that down. I would keep my options open. You never know what team, what should I say, what university fits your skill set. You need to be able to talk to multiple coaches. You need to be able to talk to multiple remaining players on a collegiate level. She probably has her mind made up. But I heard that it was a rumor, and it's only probably a rumor. The social media is one huge place, just like the world, but it's its own world until itself. And I've heard that Iowa would probably look. I'm not making this up. I heard Iowa probably would like to take a look at Georgia Amoore, and I'm like, why? Why does Iowa? Why would we? It don't sound right for one. Why would Iowa want to? I mean, you can't. I mean, now that you say she got a no contact, it don't make sense even more so. Michael, like, because why would they want to bring, well, Amoore got 1 year left. She's not going to spend it in Iowa. There's no way. I just don't see a situation, a scenario where she would even remotely think about choosing Iowa. I mean, like, we're probably not prepped to win at the clip we're winning. And next season is probably, it's weird because I said this season was going to be an experiment for Iowa. And I guess I kind of forgot that Caitlin Clark was like, yeah, we're going to experiment. All right. We're going to experiment while we win at the same damn time. But Georgia is an international student. They have certain NIL restrictions. They can't. Yeah, I heard that with Carmela Cardoso, and I also heard that with Aaliyah Edwards, where they can't reap the benefits of the NIL money, and that's really really unfortunate. I have no idea why that is. I need to look into that. Try to Google why. But I like Amoore. I do like Georgia Amoore. I do think she should have entered the draft. I know that this draft is going to be heavy and loaded with players. Perhaps if Paige won the Natty, maybe she might reconsider. But I'm sitting here thinking this draft is instantly becoming stacked almost overnight. Um, Georgia is an international student. Oh, I read that one. I don't know all the details, but it has something to do with the rules around being on a student visa. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out. Amore makes surprising transfer portal decision. Um, I don't think Virginia Tech's going to be any good next season. I just can't see it. Let me look at this article really quick. Sometimes I don't get to read every article that I see. I just like to. Sometimes I read everything, especially when it's Iowa related, or UCLA, and then sometimes I scan articles looking for certain things. Oh, you was sure right, Michael. Do not contact. She put a do not contact tag. Oh wow. That's crazy. She got a mind made up. Let's see. Amore shared a goodbye post. I said post to Virginia Tech fans 4 days ago. The general assumption online was it meant she was declaring for the 2024 draft. We now know that's not the case. Hokie Nation, what a ride these past 4 years have been. Time to say goodbye. I'm not going to the WNBA, but I'm tricky. No, I'm just playing. That ain't in there. But damn, it sounds like she was going to the draft. She didn't say nothing about I'm going to the portal. She says, goodbye. And we would assume that Georgia A Torch, as I call her, because she's a torch from the 3-point land, that she would be leaving. She almost got them past. I'm looking advancing past. I mean, a 75-72 loss to the Baylor Bears. I'm looking at that. I'm like, I remember that game. That was a really great game. She almost carried them over the hump without Georgia. Without Elizabeth Kitley. That's crazy though. But moving ahead, because I think I pretty much said all I wanted to say about Georgia Amoore. And I wish she would have came out. I think some team could have definitely benefited from her ability to put the ball in the cup. But you guys know it's tough trying to make a roster. It is very tough trying to make a roster, no matter who you are. There's only a few exceptions to the rule. Next up, South Carolina and Iowa. It's time to get locked in. I don't know if you guys saw my community post about it. I hope this live call don't drop. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. I'm back. I had to pick up that other call. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Now, I was going to say South Carolina versus we know South Carolina is about to play North Carolina State, and we know Iowa is getting ready to play. Hold on one second, guys. I'll be right back. I don't know why I just keep getting knocked off, but I'm back. We know that South Carolina is getting ready to take on North Carolina State. Okay, all right, I'll catch you later, man. All right, peace out. But I'm still here, y'all. Don't go nowhere. Yeah, I'm back, though. I'm back, y'all. So um South Carolina versus North Carolina State, which we not gonna talk about that, but this is where I'm finna go with it. Um, Iowa versus UConn, right? So focus on what matters. You know why I say focus on what matters, Michaela, in chat? Because what the hell matters? If you don't focus on what's in front of you, you're gonna find yourself with your opportunity blown. And I'm gonna say it again. If you don't focus, South Carolina and Iowa, on if you got your eyes towards a rematch, then you might slip up and lose where you should or perhaps shouldn't have. No, Don's gonna have them focus. I believe that, but you still gotta let them know. You still gotta let the South Carolina players know to focus in. Coach Lisa Bluter, Caitlin Clark herself is going to have her teammates focus, but you still got to let it be known. You still got to put it out there that if you don't stay locked in on the moment, worry about your feet in front of you, don't let your mind roam, you could be in trouble and you could fall and your opposition could be playing for the championship instead of you. That should make players sick to their very stomach on South Carolina and Iowa. Because you don't think that UConn don't want a chance at redemption. You don't think Page would like to win it all. You don't like to think that North Carolina State with Isaiah James and others would like to win it all. You would be kidding yourself. They would love to pull an upset and place themselves in prime position to win a national championship. And just because you think you got the best player, wink, wink, Iowa, or just because you think you got the best team, wink, wink, South Carolina, that doesn't mean a thing between the lines. When that ball go up at half court, you best believe that all everybody on the floor is going to be digging and trying their hearts out to advance. So I would like to tell you guys right now in this last section, if South Carolina won't even a chance at revenge versus Iowa, they better have their eyes on the prize. And the prize ain't no national title. The prize is North Carolina State. You got to take them down. And I would say the same thing about my Hawkeyes. You better play like you played against LSU, if not harder. You better believe that Gino and Paige is going to have her cavalry ready to go into war. Michaela says, hope Iowa doesn't lose focus. Not just focus, yeah. I think that we was humbled by the fact that we climbed almost the top of Mount Everest last year versus South Carolina. We pulled off the unthinkable. That was such a upset. This game that we just won against LSU, it was great. But I don't know. You guys tell me. Was this LSU game where we got our sweet revenge? Do you guys value this game more than the South Carolina game? Because the South Carolina game will always stand number one for me because they said we didn't have a chance in hell, like the song, no chance in hell. I'm not gonna say his name, but they said we had no chance in hell. I value the South Carolina game. I definitely enjoyed the fact that we were able to get past LSU. But hey, that game was great. And I think that both of these teams, I think they're fierce competitors. Don Staley is a fierce competitor, fierce coach, masterman of a coach. Caitlin Clark, masterful of a player. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't want to get at each other again, but I know they better focus on what they got in front of them. And it's not just about that. You better play team basketball again to the ultimate team basketball, such that we played against LSU, and expect physicality too. I do think this will be a better matchup for Hannah Stokey, her going against Aaliyah Edwards, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I also been right before too. Colleen says glad for the win over LSU. Sure love to win more. Who are you telling, Colleen? We both like the Bruins and the Hawks, so you know, Hey, that's awesome. We both like the Bruins and the Hawks. Michaela says, what do you think Iowa needs to do to beat UConn? Um, More that great balanced team play. Definitely. Kate Martin, show up. She did. Hannah Stokey got a win in the post versus Aaliyah Edwards. She should be able to play better against Aaliyah Edwards, who is no slouch, by the way, and who has declared for the WNBA draft. That's Aaliyah Edwards. Um, I think that she matches up better with her. UConn is definitely good. I agree with Colleen on that. Paige and Caitlin might cancel each other out. It might come down to the play we get off the bench again. We need Addie again, Addie O'Grady with her great defense. She got to show up again. She played hard. Did she score a lot? No, but she played really hard for us. And after seeming initially timid, Addie played very, very nice. And also, Sydney Fulcher's the X factor. You could put her on. She could guard multiple positions. So I like the fact that we got Sydney and she's not afraid to contribute offensively. I can't stress that to you guys enough. Sydney is not afraid to attack on offense, and it means the world. Much like Kate Martin, she's cutting, she's running in transition, she's off in the corner, got her hands open, she ready to shoot it, she ain't thinking. Truly, truly an X factor for us. I don't think Aaliyah is a cow manure blocker. See how I did? I kind of cleaned that up for you, Michaela. I use cow manure, but yeah, shot blocker. Um, like I say, Hannah and Aaliyah is going to be a really interesting matchup. I think that I don't. Aaliyah Edwards to me is not better than Angel Reese. I mean, internet slap me if you want to. Um, Angel Reese is a human pogo stick. Like, she's on the boards, left and right. Aaliyah Edwards has truly, truly picked it up. The whole UConn team has picked it up. They only have like six operable players, but I wouldn't let that bait me into thinking that just because they don't have as many players that we're good. Oh no, we're not. We're not good just because of that. At this time of season anyway, you don't go but like 7 deep. So how much does that really matter? Paige is probably gonna play 40. Caitlin, we know she'll play the whole game and more than likely will. You got to be willing to play 40. How bad you want it? You might have to play 80 minutes until this season is over. You just might have to. Your stamina, your endurance, you better be in shape. I don't know if you guys agree with me, Colleen, Michaela, but 80 minutes. Hey, look, there's no sitting on the bench anymore. You might get a minute or two, around right before halftime or something. But look, if the game is tight, nobody coming out this game that's a superstar. And I love Kate Martin. I wish she could go to the WNBA. I think she should throw her name in the hat. I sure will be sad when the season ends and we won't see Kate around here no more. But I do believe that the team will not stop trying. Even if we don't win as many games next season, we're not gonna lie down. We're gonna shock a lot of people because people are gonna say, "Oh, Caitlin's gone." They're gonna lie down, and we got forever to talk about what we'll look like in the aftermath. But no, we still have some nice pieces remaining, and I'm sure that somebody's gonna want to capitalize on the opportunity to play more next year. One of the things that kind of had me scratching my head was we didn't see Taylor McCabe at all, and Taylor McCabe's a great shooter, but I'm not the coach. Obviously, she knew that Addie O'Grady would bring something to the game that Hannah wasn't bringing. And I love the fact that that our players support each other, pat on the back, pat on the butt. Hannah came in the game for Addie. Nobody gets upset. Nobody. We support all players on the team. They all support each other. I think you're right. Bench very important. Whatever we can get, hopefully it's more than what they have. Like I say, they're truly limited. But please don't let that trick you guys into thinking that we're gonna get the W. It's going to be a hell of a fight. Paige is a truly great player, and the fact that she's healthy, they come together at the right time. You're seeing it now. Hannah getting more confidence each game. Yeah, she's really building upon being something truly, truly special for us as we go ahead into the next chapter of Iowa basketball. But she's definitely trending upwards. We got a limit. Oh, now you talking, Michaela. Ashley Shade and KK Arnold. They some really good role players. If somebody's getting hot, Ashley Shade, I'm throwing Sydney or Fulton. I'm like, you get on that girl like a blanket. I need you to cover her up like a blanket, and it's 5 degrees outside like a bearskin rug. I need you to crawl up on her, get all up on her like that. Like, just don't let her get loose because Shade can shoot. Arnold can also shoot. Get to the cup. These role players, we definitely cannot let them maneuver and just go around on the court getting open shots. And the same thing goes for South Carolina. If they don't guard, what's her name? Asia James. Asia James. She got loose on Texas, and Texas didn't know what to do. She was raining threes like nobody's business. I was like, is this like Caitlin Clark or something? Like, I mean, James was just knocking. She was unconscious from 3-point land. And I do think Don Staley will have a good game plan against her. And they have a lot of guards that can defend. They can switch so many different defenders and give different looks to James. So, good luck to North Carolina State. They're going to need it. Sydney should guard Paige. Who should Gabby guard? Sydney should guard Paige. The whole game, though? She should guard her the whole game? I don't know if she should. I mean, I would agree to saying that Sydney should probably guard Paige if Paige looked like she might be getting hot. What you think, Michaela, if you still here? If Paige looked like she won't even think about warming up, if Paige act like she want to, be a coffee cup in a microwave for 2 minutes getting hot, then you go ahead and you put Sydney a filter on her, and you see what you get there. I think that she would be able. I don't think you could truly keep Paige in check, but make her take tough shots. That's important. Make Caitlin Clark guarding Paige. No, Colleen, because I'm gonna get to your comment in just a second, Michaela. No, because if you got Clark on Paige, right, she be she be working, she'll be working hard, and she'll probably like. What about her energy on offense? Because Paige might just drive her crazy, unless you think that they would be willing to take the assignment each other. That would be special. That would be like Michael versus Magic, like Bird versus Magic. That would be exciting. And we know Paige to be. I don't know if you guys agree, but Paige is a good defender. Caitlin is a good spot defender. I say that she's good in spots. I would prefer to. I mean, could Kylie Furback guard Paige? We getting into some what ifs. Gabby will definitely. Gabby will guard anybody. Gabby, she'll guard a roaring lion if need be. Because one thing I love about Gabby, if we had 28 teams like the NBA has, maybe Gabby could probably play somewhere because it's just not enough teams, and that might be the same case for Kate Martin. Maybe it's just not enough teams, but like I said, Gabby she'd take on a lion with a spear if she must, because she definitely is not trying to let you score or get by her, and her defense is truly, truly something to marvel at. And if nothing else, I kind of hope next season that she is healthy enough to. I'm not talking about Gabby. I'm about to tell you guys what I'm talking about. I hope that Aaliyah Guyton can recover from her ACL, because I feel like Aaliyah Guyton could be like Gabby with more offensive punch. Imagine that, guys. Gabby Marshall with more offensive punch. That's what Aaliyah Guyton could be. But if you guys didn't know, but you probably know, she's still healing from her ACL tear, but she says she should be ready for basketball play around November. But man, Gabby's great. Colleen Nolan, did you guys see that circus three she hit in the first quarter? I was like, yo, it might be our day. Like it actually might be our night. Gabby Marshall hit like a 3-pointer from like a little bit inside a half court. I'm like, she's pulling the Caitlin out here. Like we just came out to shoot. And whether we making them or missing it, see the greatest thing that I really like is when we couldn't score, we wouldn't let LSU score. So we were missing shots, then they were missing shots. If you can't score, don't let the other team score. If they're turning the rock over, if you turn it over, get your hands up, force steals, block shots. Don't let them score either. They could have been running. Who are you referencing now? I want to look her up. Aaliyah Guyton, 2024 recruit out of Peoria, top 50 recruit for Iowa. Tore ACL at the end of December. Mobile, agile, can defend, can shoot, can penetrate. She's got a nice game. Flashy, but also fundamental. Yeah, look her up. I've talked about her a couple of times. She could possibly be ready to play by the middle of November. But don't be surprised if they try to redshirt her and give her more time to like recover. It's easy to spell her name because I got one of my daughters is named after her. So it's not named after her, they got the same name. So it's spelled like the singer that died in the plane crash, Aaliyah, and that's A. And also her father played professional ball. Yeah, Nolan just put it up. AALIYAHGUTTON. I see, Colleen, you got to watch some more videos because I talked about her on like 3 different videos, and then I also did a video with her on like a short highlight clip video with her. But most definitely, she could be Gabby with more. Let me know, Nolan, what you think. Could Aaliyah Guyton be Gabby with more offensive punch? You let me know. I feel like I skipped a comment. Michaela said Gabby gonna guard Nikki Mule. Nikki Mule is also an underrated defender. She gonna be guarding somebody on our team. I just don't like the matchup with Gabby on Paige because Paige can just blow by her and shoot over her. Yeah, Michaela. So that's why we're gonna have to mix it up a bit. We're gonna have to have Sydney on Paige a lot. What do you guys think about putting Kate Martin on Paige? Could that hinder her? Will putting Kate Martin on Paige open it up too much for Ashlyn Shade and KK Arnold? I think it's interesting. I hope that Addie and Hannah can play great defense on Aaliyah Edwards. I don't think we'll have to deal with so much of having a length disadvantage this game. This one is going to be about who wants it more. Caitlin versus Paige. We going all the way back to where we started at. We're about to find out for one night who's better. We don't know. Well, I know who's better, but this ain't the video for me to be debating about who's better between Caitlin and Paige. But hey, for one night, it's going to be a show. Paige might score 28-30. Caitlin, who knows what she might do. She might decide it's my night to drop a double nickel. If she gets hot from outside, y'all got to watch out because you guys know Caitlin could heat it up. We won this championship. I'm going to kick some realness to you guys. Not championship. I wish we won a championship. We won this revenge matchup. Y'all know exactly why y'all think we won this game. I want to hear from y'all. Why y'all think we beat LSU? I'm gonna tell y'all exactly why we beat LSU, and I'm gonna tell you guys what quarter we won the game in. Tell you guys why we beat them and what quarter we won the game in, because there was a decisive reason and the decisive quarter as to which we won. I mean, which the reason was. I never seen her play RC, but gonna watch some highlights after this. Definitely check her out. Check her out. And let me know in the comment section on a recent video what you think about her. Or you could leave it on this video in the comments. Well, I mean, Kate is the 4. And Paige is the 4 in her team. So definitely rotate between Sydney and Kate. Clark hot. Man, Michaela, get out of my mind. Get out of my head. Get out of my head, Emerson. We about to come to you. Don't go nowhere. You stay right here. Hey, Michaela, why are you in my head for? That's it. Boom. The deciding factor. Caitlin came out hotter than the devil's pitchfork. Like she was on 10. And we rode that. And sometimes her circus threes, I'm like, how are they? At some point, I asked myself, how are these shots going in? Like, her 3-pointers are like layups. And I'm like, Caitlin, are you cheating? Are your NBA 2K sliders on 99? Like, what's going on here? I think her sliders are all on 99. Her layups are efficient, but her 3-point shots go in like layups. She has. There's been times this season, I'm not gonna lie. There's been games where Caitlin did not have her 3-point shot rocking and rolling, but she can get hot in the New York minute. Now Emerson says South Carolina is better than all of y'all. So South Carolina is better than North Carolina State. Well, at this portion of the video, what I was getting at on this specific topic is South Carolina needs not sleep. South Carolina needs not sleep on North Carolina State. We're at that portion of the video where they shouldn't sleep on them, and Iowa should not sleep on UConn. We must be up and prepared for UConn. We better be ready to dogfight like we did against LSU. Shout out to West Virginia for preparing Iowa for physical play. Now, if North Carolina State gets hot from 3-point land, all bets are off. South Carolina, great team, Emerson. Truly, truly great team. Now, who like LSU? Nah, this is an Iowa channel. Iowa and UCLA. They rule the day over here. But South Carolina looks vulnerable. They truly do. But hey, they're a great team. They got a great coach. But look at the way they've been winning games. Not quite as dominant as usual. Somebody could come in and get hot. Somebody like Caitlin or Paige. Either team has a chance if it's South Carolina. Either team's got an opportunity. Like South Carolina is a great program, great team, undefeated. In my most humble opinion, the fact that they haven't lost one game, it worries me because you don't know how you're going to respond if you get knocked upside your head. And so that's what truly worries me. You don't lose one game, so you don't know about how to recover from adversity. And if you lose a game right now, well, y'all already know if South Carolina lose a game at this point, whether it's the Final Four or the Natty game, how do you tell your team they still had a great season when they went undefeated and they dropped it all? You know, it's just like a nice slice of pizza, your favorite pizza place, your favorite, slice of pizza, and you getting ready to take a bite, and somehow it slip out your fingers and it hit the floor. I mean, you were so much looking forward to it, and it fell out, and it didn't just fall on his back, it fell flat with the cheese and the meat. I don't eat off the floor, but it fell on the cheese and the meat. It would be disappointing. You got all the way, and now you gonna fall. So, again, great team, no definitive number one scorer. But again, you got a coach that's prepared for anything. I wish nothing but the best of luck for these 4 teams, but y'all know who I want to see come out on top. And if Caitlyn get this championship, it's the greatest feat that I've ever seen on a collegiate level. And I get it. A lot of people, friends, foes, everybody say you too biased. And it is what it is. This ain't a Powerpuff Girls channel. This isn't a Michael Jordan channel. This isn't a recipe channel. This is Iowa, Caitlin Clark, Aces, Bruins. You know, that's what we talk about. And I'm gonna believe in Caitlin Clark, you know. Revenge was sweet. We do got one more thing to talk about, so let's go ahead and get into that. Probably won't be a long discussion. Now, you guys know, I want to know, who's your WNBA team? I'm an Aces fan. Caitlin Clark, she's coming to the WNBA. I've never betted against Caitlin. Club Caitlin, guys, I'm not about to start betting against her right now. I'm not gonna start doing it. We Club Caitlin. That's who I'm referring to. You guys, me, everybody, anybody subscribe. Now, I'm not about to start betting against Caitlin at this point, but I'm a true Las Vegas Aces fan. I truly am. Am I gonna have two teams? I got two college teams. Again, who's your WNBA squad? You know, I want to know where your loyalties lie with. If you're a Fever fan, I want to know. I've been telling people in circles, I'm going to hold a video displaying after or when Caitlin gets drafted. Am I going to remain with the Aces? I think, well, I can't tell you guys that, but am I going to stay an Aces fan, or am I going to go to the Fever? And I just don't know yet. Or am I going to root for both teams? And so I think that's going to be an interesting live stream. It's fun, you know, my fandom. I get to make that choice, that decision. I mean, obviously, if I do choose to go to the Fever and no Aces, I'm not gonna cover no more Aces games. But if I go for both teams, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna discuss both teams. I'm probably gonna try to call a few live streams this season on the games. Of course, I'm gonna be doing content for two teams. That would be kind of crazy. But Colleen, you're not a big WNBA fan. Yeah, this if any season was a turn, I cannot talk. If any season was the season you wanted to turn into WNBA ball, it would be this season with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese coming out. Definitely, this would be the right season for you to check out some WNBA ball. And I don't know, if I go to the Fever, like, you know, I'm all in. If I stay with the Aces, I'm all in. If I go to both teams, I'm not driving myself crazy, guys. I'm not finna be. I would do some Fever games. If I stay an Aces fan and I just don't become a Fever fan because of Caitlin. I seen Caitlin play once. Um, I wish I could say that I have seen her play more than once, but more than once, and it wasn't this season. It wasn't when her popularity was, you know, it was rising, but not like it is now, where you could score 80 points in an NBA game, and like literally, like the same day that LSU played Iowa, somebody on the Phoenix Suns scored 54, and like nobody even like batted an eyelash. Like, I think it was Devin Booker. I'm like, damn, he scored 52 or 54 points, and it's like nobody cared. Like, I'm a Minnesota Timberwolves fan in the NBA. Interestingly enough, I'm also a Pacers fan. So, I mean, I could see myself supporting and watching some Fever games, obviously with Caitlin being there. And so I was sitting there thinking, like, you know what? I watch my Timberwolves from the standings until I find out if the Pacers, until I find out if Iowa wins this chip or not, this title, this ring, I'm not going to be watching no NBA games. I'm not. I'm doing other things. I'm looking for content. I'm making content. I got to get back to doing more videos. I am doing some videos, but I gotta probably put out some more videos. I'm not watching my T-Wolves until I find out. And we've been having a great season, but no, I'm locked in. It's women's college basketball playoff time. And we ain't at the end. We almost at the end. We got the Final Four in the 90 game. You're old Seattle Sonic fan.
Interesting fact, Colleen. This channel started out as an NBA channel, but knowing that my true passion lies with Caitlin Clark and the Hawkeyes, I decided to go explore that because the reason because I'm more passionate when I'm talking women's basketball. If I'm talking about men's basketball, it would probably be during the NBA playoffs. But yeah, this channel did start out with it's weird. This channel started out as NBA playoffs. And then I realized I said, you know what? You missed your opportunity to talk Iowa basketball for so long because for so long I didn't want to do a YouTube channel. I do have another channel, but that's basically about movies and stuff. But I didn't want to really be on YouTube to like talk sports because I didn't really think that I could. That's why I say shout out to Cess Talk Sports because she just said just do it, and then also Quita loves sports. Check out those. My favorite creators are. I'm gonna give you guys a plug if y'all don't know. Quita loves sports. Uh, Cess Talk Sports. J. Jordan, New York Liberty fan. And I know you guys think you're Aces fan. You like the Liberty? He's a cool dude, and we respect each other teams. So him and it's somebody. Oh, the J Spot Network. Yeah. So check them out if you want to, but don't forget about your boy over here. We on a race to 500. So guys, we got like 462 subscribers. Club Caitlin. We just need like we need 39 more, and we good. And we ain't good, but we'll finally be at 500. Anyway, let's see what you're saying, Colleen. See your comments before I get up out of here. I need to see Clark in person. Definitely, I'm looking forward to that. The Fever, they only like two. They probably less hours away from me where they play. Aces sure have a good team, don't they? Dynasty building. I'm a huge Asia Wilson fan. Breaking news: the only player that I probably like more than Caitlin Clark is Asia Wilson. I'm an old Seattle Sonic fan. Oh, that's what I was gonna tell you, Colleen. I got on this channel. I don't know if I can tag you, but I got a Seattle Sonic video, like saying that they need to come back, like hurry up and get them back into the NBA. They rumored to bring them back when they bring a Las Vegas Aces, a Las Vegas team to the NBA, probably in a year or two. Your heart will align with your W team once the season gets going. Nolan, I can't see me turning against my Aces, man. So it's either probably gonna be. I'm gonna give you guys a hint. It's probably gonna be a combination of the two. I could be wrong, but I'm telling you guys because y'all been watching the live. So I thank y'all for watching the live. So I gotta give y'all a little bit of a hint. Most people are not giving them a hint, but I'm thinking it's probably gonna be a combination of the two. Definitely gonna have to check out Caitlin Clark. Definitely gonna have to follow the Fever. Another tidbit of information. I watched Aaliyah Boston's first preseason game, and I saw her first WNBA game, and yo, that was true. That was so special. I can't even put it into words. And I almost became a Fever fan last season. I do like Quita, a little anti Clark. Quita's great though. She's so informative though, Colleen. She's so informative. She puts her all into it. She truly is just almost like the gold standard. You say she's anti Clark. I I think a lot of people are. Colleen, I hang out in LSU groups. I mean YouTube LSU YouTube channels. Not as much as South Carolina channels, but I go to a lot of different like channels in terms of seeing other fans and other fan bases. Not all of them, because one thing I can't take, Colleen, is sitting in the chat where it's nonstop beating on Caitlin Clark, like verbal beating. I'm not there for that because then I've been in like went off and I've been got myself blocked from a channel. So no, I can't be doing all that. But there are certain channels where I can go and I can talk to anybody. If a person was a South Carolina fan, I can communicate with them. If they respect me, I could respect them. Boston is a nice girl. Definitely, definitely watch the Aces video. I got so much Aces content, I done lost track. Um, it's just that I think following Caitlin Clark is something that we're gonna do. We're gonna try to as much as possible. Loving two teams is a benefit, yeah. But what happens when they play each other? Who do you go with? Like Colleen Nolan, who would you choose? Like if you're a Caitlin fan and an Aces fan, I mean, I could tell you guys right now, if the Aces was playing a Fever, and I really don't know the answer. I'm thinking in my head as I'm talking to you guys. I don't know. I probably would. I'm probably gonna end up rooting for Caitlin, but I never rooted against Caitlin. Again, I mean, it's easy to be an Aces fan these times. Look how great they are. They got tons of fans. What the Fever got? They trying to get it out the mud. They trying to build themselves back up. And even if I said that I was like, okay, I'm turning in my Aces membership card, I'm done. Then if I went to the Fever and the Aces won the championship, I wouldn't run back. Nah, I would stick with the Fever. I think it's just gonna be fun. It's just gonna be. It's all just for craps and giggles. In terms of me picking my loyalties, I am an Aces fan, so I'm gonna probably just be a Fever fan as well. Because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, Colleen and Nolan, I'm not trying to lose my Aces supporters because I done went over to the Fever. But it's not just that. But I'm not trying to lose my Aces supporters because I chose to be a bandwagon fan. So the most likelihood is me supporting both squads, you know, because I have been told by a few people, if you lead the Aces and you go to the Fever, I don't want nothing to do with you no more, which I think is petty. I think people switch teams sometimes. It happens. Nobody cried when LeBron James switched teams. What's going on, Daniel? Man, this live is you coming in late. I mean, salute to you for stopping by. We done about covered almost everything we wanted to cover, Daniel. We done talked about Angel Reese. We done talked about George Amoore. We done talked about how South Carolina and Iowa better not play with their food. Basically, I was saying Iowa better not try to play around with UConn. Don't think because they got a short roster. Um, just don't think that they can't beat you because UConn been beating teams all tournament. South Carolina better not play around with North Carolina State. They dangerous from the perimeter. I just want two good games on Friday, but I need an Iowa win. I need two good games, but I need an Iowa win. If that makes sense. Can we get an Iowa win? Because if we can get back to the national title game, like Kevin Garnett says, anything is possible. If we can get back, anything is possible. If we can get back to the national title game. And it doesn't matter who. I don't know who plays first. Does anybody know who plays first? Um, on Friday. If Iowa plays first, or is it South Carolina? Because it doesn't matter who wins first. It doesn't matter who Iowa beats if they win against UConn. There are no guarantees in basketball. There are no guarantees in basketball. But if Iowa wins, we can't think if North Carolina pulls the upset over South Carolina that we got a damn cakewalk again. You feel me, Colleen, Daniel? Oh, South Carolina played first? Yeah, you see what I'm saying, Daniel? What if North Carolina State pull the upset and Iowa win? What if we win? And we think, oh my God, we done beat UConn. We gonna win a championship. We should. We. I know we learned. I know. Caitlin got everybody humbled because if we can get past UConn, and if North Carolina State can get past South Carolina, somehow by the grace of God, we better take them serious. We better take North Carolina because I know I was gonna take South Carolina serious, but they better take North Carolina State serious. For real, for real. I don't actually think that North Carolina State's gonna win, But basketball is played on the court and anything could happen. Anything could happen. North Carolina State beat us in Carver last year. Oh, North Carolina State beat us in Carver last year. Why am I drawing a sudden blank? That's crazy. That's crazy, Daniel. Um, I don't put it past nobody though. Um, I don't. We gotta make sure we play hard against. I don't give a damn if we was playing the Washington Generals for the national title. We better be locked the hell in. Nolan says, RC, who you think available? Oh, also Daniel, Nolan. Look, uh, if you ask a person who wore number 22 before Caitlin Clark, and I don't know if you guys know, I don't know how long you guys have been Iowa fans, but if you ask somebody who rocked 22 before Caitlin, and it's taking them like longer than 2 minutes to guess without looking in their phone, of course, if they can't guess who wore number 22 before Caitlin, they either a brand new fan or a bandwagon. Like, seriously. And that's just the truth. I'm not going to say the answer in the chat for people that that don't know and want to know. Do you guys know? Hey, Daniel, do you know who wore number 22 before Caitlin? I mean, if you don't, you don't. Because I know you true to this, not new to this. Caitlin put up 45 and we lost North Carolina State. I feel like I'm gonna have to run that back. I'm gonna have to look through last season. I'm gonna have to look through the schedule. Cause like I'm scratching the hell out of my head trying to figure. I don't recall us playing North Carolina State. It must have took place early. I didn't have no. You know what's crazy, Daniel? I didn't have a channel last season. So like this season, I think I did I did coverage on every game except for probably one. So and I did watch most games last season, but I don't know. That's like a space in my head. But I'm gonna check that out. Let me look on here. I don't know. I got this thing in front of me. I need to. It's probably gonna give me a football score because that's what it does. When I look something up that's women's basketball related, the first y'all ever get that, the first thing I get is a football. I'm like, I'm not looking for football. Getting ready to conclude this in just a little bit, but we're gonna look. North Carolina State. Who said that could North Carolina State beat us in car? Okay, I read that. Hey Nolan, I'm gonna read your comment in just a second. Do you remember us playing North Carolina State? The hell's going on here? Oh, okay. Let's see. It probably won't even come up. Of course, it would show. Is that the women? Oh, that's men's. That was a 2020. I don't even watch men's like that. I didn't follow men's basketball in a minute. Oh, let me put women in there. That's probably why they brought up the men's first. I just don't know what right keyword to use. It's saying Iowa State. Or was it 2 years ago maybe? North Carolina State versus Iowa. You would think that I would know. Unfortunately, I'm not the mental dictionary of women's basketball that Quita loves sports is. I know Quita does a lot of investigation though. Like in terms of looking up stuff. I know she's just not like super, know it off the top of her head. I keep saying North Carolina and Iowa State. I don't I don't see it. Not by trying to Google it. Nolan says, RC, who do you think is available at 16 at draft day for the Aces pick? Hmm, that's interesting. Um, I don't think Alyssa Pilly is gonna drop. Um, I'm learning too. Nolan. I read the recent comment out in my head. Um, yeah, I'm learning as much as possible. None of us are perfect. It doesn't matter if you're a commenter or a creator. Nobody knows absolutely everything. Um, Nobody does. And a lot of the time, what I'm trying to get better at is investigating and reading and researching before I create a video. Hence, such as like the UCLA video, me putting in the season ending stats for Lauren Betts and Kiki Rice and, Gabriella Hawkins, and, just talking about, leaving quotations and articles and, just putting stuff inside the video so that, there's some facts behind what I'm saying as well. That way it's just not like, okay, you just putting random things together. And of course it could be true, but some people like to see it on the screen, like, oh, okay, this person averaged 17 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, this person won this award, stuff like that, just try to be a little bit more methodical in my approach. But pretty much think we nailed everything. I do appreciate you guys coming on. Who do you guys have winning it all? I think that's the last question I got for you guys. Give me an unbiased take. Who do you guys got winning it all? I filled out 4 brackets online, 2 paper brackets. I had UCLA winning like 2 of them. Iowa winning 4 of them. That shows my bias, but in your unbiased opinion, who you got winning the championship? If you think South Carolina is the best, just say that. I think that trying to be unbiased, I gotta say this: Iowa's got a puncher's chance. I always gotta at least give my commentary on Iowa. We got a puncher's chance, but the favorite for me is probably South Carolina. Until they get knocked out, and I don't like saying that. Plus, look how motivated we was against LSU. Look how motivated we was against LSU, Daniel. You know that if we see that if we see South Carolina, you don't think they're gonna be elevated. They probably will be elevated and motivated against us. They'll say, "Oh, damn, they go Iowa again." And even though the players are different, you don't think they want to get back? Wanting to get back makes you play that much harder. And so, I want us to win, guys. If we find a way to beat South Carolina twice, I'm gonna be a monkey's uncle and a zebra's grandpa. You heard me. If we find a way to beat South Carolina twice, I'll be an old-fashioned monkey's uncle, and I'll be a zebra's grandpa because it's something that I'd have to see because I don't know. And if we did beat South Carolina twice, that's only lost, 3 times in 3 years? Maybe longer than that. I think they like 106-3. Probably they got 3 losses and they probably got more wins than that. Caitlin Clark would definitely be the greatest collegiate player of all time because South Carolina is like the gold standard. It would be like Michael Jordan and the Bulls beating the Golden State Warriors in their prime twice. That's what I feel like that's the only thing I could kind of compare it to off the top of my head. So if she can overcome South Carolina twice, people got to give it up. But they won't. You feel me? Like people would have to give it up to Caitlin, but the South Carolina fans would be so bitter. Nolan, Daniel, they would be so bitter if South Carolina lost to us twice. They would never want to speak to us again. They might not even speak to us in South Carolina channels if Iowa won. And for the national title, they would be sick. Those of us that are Iowa fans, we're happy. We don't know when we'll get this opportunity again. See, y'all got me going off on a whole nother rant when I said I was going in the video, but we don't know. We playing with house money ourselves. I don't know that we're going to be a particularly great team next season. I do think we'll be better than what people have us, pegged out to be. But if we can find a way to accomplish the impossible twice, these South Carolina fans, they're going to get nasty. I got like 2 South Carolina friends that I know, and I already told them. I said, look, if it's Iowa versus South Carolina, Communication to a minimum or not at all until after the game, until like a week, a month later. Because I'm not wasting my time. I'm grown. I expect everybody else to be grown. I'm not finna argue with nobody about some college basketball. We can have an intense debate. We can have a nice, argument, but I'm not gonna talk to somebody that wanna yell and cuss at me and get frustrated and try to say this and that about their team. Um, Look, if we win it against South Carolina, which the job ain't over, UConn is the task. South Carolina, they need to know North Carolina State is the task. What's going on, Esgod? Man, you coming through so late, bro. I'm about to shut the stream down. You coming through so late. What's going on? Y'all crack off on them like buttons. At one point, we had like 10, 11 people in here. That's crazy. I got to start telling more people to hit the like button. I love to see Caitlin's legacy hit another level. It's only going to happen if we get past South Carolina or North Carolina State. North Carolina State, they're not the easy option either. People think that the opposite of South Carolina is the easiest option. No, we saw that last year. LSU was not the easier option. They played West Virginia. There's no easy teams to knock out at this point. Anybody will beat you for that championship. Anybody want that natty. Any team that's playing wants it. I would have advanced to play South Carolina in the rematch. I hope so. I wasn't sure we'd get this far. We came out of that bloodbath bracket though. What about that, Esgod? They put us in the gladiator bracket, bro. And we Russell Crowe that shit. We Russell Crowe through that damn bracket, bro. They put us in the gauntlet. Yo, for real, they put us in the gauntlet with 2 sticks and 1 stone. They put us in the damn gauntlet bracket with 2 sticks and 1 stone. And we came through that. We went through war. West Virginia prepared us for physical play. It gets deep, for real. Colorado, everybody and their mama, daddy, uncle, grandpa said Colorado was going to beat us. We found a way. LSU, the defending champs, standing on our face. Everybody said we ain't got a chance in hell. We ain't got an ice cream box's chance in hell of getting past LSU. And Caitlin Clark said, oh, we can't? Give me the ball. Let me turn up on them. And turn up on them. Turn up like a damn furnace. And what happened? Straight back to the Final Four. And I tell people, don't matter which chat I go to, don't matter who I'm talking to, I'm going to pop my shit. Because I don't know what's going to happen to us. I don't know what we're going to look like next season. I expect that we will exceed a few people's expectations. I believe my Bruins are going to have a better season. Definitely. But why would I not be talking with some level of confidence knowing that Caitlin Clark won't be here next season? So, again, this is our second best chance to win a title. Last year was the first. For real. Angel Reese told Caitlin Clark, go win it all. That's the goal. That's the objective. As God say, my homeboy on the Knicks podcast, his niece, North Carolina State, Isaiah James. Yeah, I talked about her earlier, man. Isaiah James, she was shooting that thing. I thought she was Steph Curry out there. She lit Texas up and sent them home. And you know what's crazy, as God? I told everybody Texas will be the first number 1 seed to go home. No, before the tournament started, I was going home. I was going home. And everybody that Iowa plays, I was going home. I was going home. Texas went home first as the number 1 seed. That's got a lot to do with Isaiah James. We'll see if South Carolina can lock her down. They got multiple defenders they can put in front of her. It's going to be a really great game. Also, Sanaya Rivers. She started out as a South Carolina Gamecock. You guys don't think she got some insider tidbits? She's going to be talking. She knows what South Carolina likes to do. She knows Don Staley. It's going to get spicy. It's going to get saucy. For real. Bring your favorite food because it's going to get saucy. It is definitely going to get spicy out there. So, hey, I expect 2 great games. Hoping to see Iowa advance. If Caitlin Clark wins the championship, it just cements her legacy. But if she don't win it, she already going down as GOAT status. I don't see how people can say that they're not going. That I don't see how people can say that she's not that deal. Um, Everybody don't win the championship. It doesn't happen for everybody. You can't take nothing away from AI. AI is one of the GOATs. He just didn't win a chip. You can't take nothing away from Carmelo Anthony. There's some electric players, electric scorers, Hall of Famers. Charles Barkley is another one. You just, I don't think y'all know how hard it is to win a championship. Like, it's not easy. Just because college basketball they only play what 34 games or something like that. Nah, it's competition. It's heated. Then you get to the tournament. It's a one game scenario. I will say this. You get like 12 games, possibly, depending on how you schedule at the beginning of the season, where you can play good teams, you can play mediocre teams, you can play cupcakes. But at some point, you're going to get tested. Once you went to conference play, you play cupcakes all you want. LSU did that. Get tested. Play a couple of hard teams. See what you look like. We get that. Iowa plays a couple of hard teams early in the non-conference schedule. And we'll see what happens as we approach Friday's games. If y'all don't know, Friday games are the Final Four starts Friday. The championship game is Sunday. I will never see a player like Caitlin again. You don't find female basketball players 38,000 points. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Once in a generational talent. I said in the live stream, that's guy that you missed the other day, that Caitlin had a Kobe Bryant heart in her chest. Do not say die mentality. She was on her mom's stuff. And I mean, you just don't see it. You don't see very often a women's basketball player that's going to give you Steph Curry, Ray Allen, Kobe Bryant, Sabrina Ionescu, Sue Bird, Jordan. Jordan, she mixing all of the greats up in one body and getting out there and delivering and showing people. And in terms of defense, I'm gonna close it this way. She's an able defender. She's got room for growth. I think it's gonna happen at the next level. Her defense is gonna happen at the next level. Um, but she can't play some defense. She gets in the passing lanes, but in terms of being an on-ball defender, definitely she got room to improve with that. I tell people all the time she not a finished product, but damn, she's an offensive genius. You say, oh, I read that. I say this, man. God, I had told people earlier. Um, I don't foresee anybody being at the level of Caitlin, or maybe I didn't say that. Tessa Johnson she's great. She can throw down. I think I came a long way in terms of being a women's fan because the last year and the year before that, I got kind of caught up in, this my squad. I only rock with these players. The hell with these players. But now I realize this is great to like. I didn't have a channel 2 years ago. Last year was the first year I started my channel in April. I think this month is the anniversary coming from my channel. But I never really gave true props to other players. And I'm doing that a lot more this season and giving props to other teams. Like, hell, West Virginia played as hard as hell, but I gave them props. You got to give props because it's just a whole lot of hate out there. Like Angel Reese. What's the first thing I did, man, K, as God, bro, the first thing I did on my live stream, my celebration live stream the other night when Iowa won, the very first thing I did, I didn't scream about what Caitlin did, what the role players did, what the coach did. We got revenge. I might have said we just got sweet revenge, but the very first thing I talked about was salute to Angel Reese, salute to her showing a competitive spirit, got nothing but respect for her playing a gutsy performance on a damaged ankle. That was the first place I went. And you tip your cap in defeat or loss. Because if you tip your cap in defeat or loss, you can separate yourself from the millions of fans who petty as hell. And there's a lot of fans that's petty and messy. They don't want to give no respect to Angel Reese because they love Caitlin Clark. Big fan of Caitlin Clark, I am. One of the biggest. But I got nothing but respect for Angel Reese because they both players that's helped elevate this game. Juju Watkins is the female Carmelo Anthony. She got 3 more years, man. She cried after they lost to UConn, and I was so pumped up. I didn't watch that game until the next day. I was so happy to see my team win. I couldn't truly watch that game, but I did watch it the very next day. She's a great player. She needs help. She definitely needs help. Um, they're gonna be in the Big Ten next season. I don't know if you knew that or not, as God, but um, USC joining the Big Ten. My other squad, UCLA, they joining the Big Ten. It's gonna be a great season next season. And then, of course, if you didn't know, Angel Reese went pro. I mean, she's going pro. So it's a changing of the guard. Caitlin's leaving, Angel's leaving. Rakia Jackson from Tennessee is going to the WNBA. The WNBA should be lit. Not saying that it wasn't, because we know that the Aces, they're a great team. But at the end of the day, guys, I say just support all these players. You don't gotta like them, but have some respect. And now that a lot more people are jumping on the WNBA and women's college basketball, we really gonna find out who knows what they talking about and who's just wave riding. Again, like I said earlier, if you ask somebody who wore number 22 for Iowa before Caitlin Clark, and if they can't give you an answer in a minute or two, they either a brand new fan or they a bandwagon. And the answer, I let you guys look that up, because if anybody's watching this on playback, they probably gonna want the answer that, so when somebody answer them, they can just spit that name out. But yeah, if you want a bandwagon fan, do that. But at the end of the day, I like people that just rock with their teams. Rock with your team through good and bad. And if Iowa goes, let's say next season we have a 10-20. Let's say we have a 10-20 campaign, which I hope we don't. I hope we able to. I know we got a nice class coming in 2025. So I think 2025 we'll bounce back if we don't have a great season next season. But I'm still gonna be rocking with the squad. Still gonna be covering the squad. Um, Luckily, I haven't had to cover any down years for my Las Vegas Aces. The Aces are great right now. I haven't. I haven't. The Bruins haven't been bad in 2 years. But when we have a down year, I'm still gonna be rocking with the squad, and that's what I think everybody should do. That say they support their team, and you probably feel the same way as God. If your Knicks was in 12th place in the East, you still gonna rock with them. You're not gonna say, "Oh damn, let me go find another squad. Let me go root for the Clippers. Let me go root for the Timberwolves. Hell, let me go root for the Heat because they doing better." If the Liberty fell off the map again, if they bottomed out, I'm sure you would still be a fan. You've been a Liberty fan since the inaugural season. Um, at that point, I can't remember. I probably was a Mystics fan just because of Shamiqua Holdsclaw. Yeah, I go all the way back. I wasn't really into it until like 98, but I've been watching pretty much the whole time. The only portion that I've missed of the WNBA was like '06 through '08, because I had like a lot going on. But outside of like '06 through '08, I pretty much been watching WNBA ball. Now, I may have not watched like every single game, but I was following the stats. When the playoffs hit, I was watching. My squads, I have been following them. Not squads, but I've been following pretty much the whole time. I've been an Aces fan. Before I was an Aces fan, I was a Lynx fan. So, that's something that I don't think I ever really shared. I was a Lynx fan before an Aces fan. But in terms of having a diehard team, that didn't truly happen until, I jumped on the Aces, which leads me to the last topic we were covering was, am I gonna ride with the fever now that Caitlin is coming? I've already talked about that, but I was talking about that as God. I'm probably gonna ride with both teams, even though I never betted against Caitlin before. I don't see a reason for me to just jump off the Aces bandwagon just because Caitlin Clark is coming in the league. You said, but nonetheless, I want to watch both teams and support both squads. You said, of course, been a Knicks fan since Bill Cartwright, Bernard King, Chuck Robinson. I know Bill Cartwright being a Bulls fan in the '90s because of Jordan. Bernard King, I heard of the name. Chuck Robinson, I would have to look him up. Yeah, but it's been a dope stream. We probably went a half an hour longer than we normally would. I got this NC State Iowa thing up on the screen because somebody was telling me about a game. Daniel was to look up to see when North Carolina State upset Iowa. I didn't quite find it, but yeah, I'll be looking for it, trying to figure out when did North Carolina State last beat Iowa. Hey, I appreciate you, Nolan. I appreciate all you guys for coming in, chatting, and participating, listening, and all that good stuff. You know, we got to do it again before Friday. But with that being said, I appreciate all you guys. I'm gonna end the live. You guys take care.